Agatha's all like, nah, baby, your magic's mine, girl. Power. Hey guys, it is me, Brock, and I'm back with probably my last Wandavision video. So if you're not the biggest fan of Wandavision, you're probably stoked. If you are a fan of Wandavision like me, then you're probably sad and empty inside. But hey, we're feeling that way together, so let's just get through this. This is going to be my episode 9 reaction with little sprinklings of my incorrect episode 8 theories. I just thought it'd be fun to make. Obviously, we all had theories. Obviously, none of us got it 100% correct. So no matter what, we're just going to talk about that. Okay, so I just finished watching episode 9 and oh my gosh, it was amazing. Obviously, there were a few things that didn't quite live up to the hype that I'll get to later, but overall, awesome episode, great action, great storytelling, great world building. It was amazing. It was everything this show built up to. Like, it was perfect. If you went into the show with no preconceived notions of what could happen, you would have watched the progression of the show and it would have been the best show ever. Fans like me who had our own theories and who heard actors say certain things that didn't turn out to be true, our hopes got crushed a little bit, but I think there was enough fan service and enough like awesome nods to the comics and just past movies that we're satisfied, we're happy, I'm fulfilled. I loved this show so much. Okay, so we start off the episode the same way we ended last episode with fetching Agatha chokeholding my boys, namely Billy. Again, y'all know, I'm okay with Tommy. Tommy's chill, but Billy's my boy. Speaking of Billy, go watch my video where I petitioned myself to be able to play the older version of Billy in the MCU. I'm going to keep plugging it in every video until he's officially cast. Anyways, Agatha has Billy and Tommy in a chokehold and Wanda's like, bro, those are my kiddos. Fetching, screw you. So she goes all hamzo. But then we all knew this was coming. Agatha's all like, nah, baby, your magic's mine, girl. Power. She absorbs all of Wanda's magic and we see Wanda's hands getting a little black. That's a nod to when Agatha stole the magic from her coven and they all turned into zombies. Absolutely terrifying. Why did you do that, Marvel? No thank you. And yeah, so they're duking it out and then Wanda crushes Agatha. Just with a car. She's like, okay, if you absorb my magic, then I'm gonna just throw a car at you. And then, just for the heck of it, we get a nod to Wizard of Oz with Agatha's boots just chilling there in the rubble. What the fetch? Like, it kind of came out of nowhere. It was fun though. Anyways, we think Agatha's dead. We don't really think Agatha's dead. No body, no evidence, no actual death. But that's when White Vision comes in and okay, literally, White Vision gets there faster than our Vision, who is trying to get back to that house for an episode and a half. And he can fly and phase. Like, how long does it take you to go across the city? Anyways, Vision, Deus es Machinas, he comes in clutch and he gets White Vision and yeets him away. And then they kind of do their own thing while Wanda and Agatha are duking it out. Wanda, when she gets back a hold of the boys, go to your room. Sorry, they're probably juvenile, but I thought that is so great because typically it's like, oh, you're in trouble, but in this case it's like, you finna die if you don't get there. While this is all happening, we get flashes to see Monica being held captive by X-Men Pietro, which we figure out is just this actor, and we don't it's not explained how he has super speed. I guess Agatha gave it to him. What was his name? Insert his name here. It was dumb. But basically, Wanda ends up in town where she and Agatha duke it out for a bit. And then Agatha makes the revelation that Wanda is in the Darkhold. And she's supposed to bring, like, the end of the world, which is a little cliche. I mean, come on, Marvel. Come up with something a little more original. Anyways, she's, like, this evil entity, which comes into play later when she goes full Super Saiyan. Basically, Agatha's just trying to get to Wanda right now, so she does a doo-doo-doo to Dottie. She releases Dottie from Wanda's control. Then, eventually everyone in town gets released and they all get mad at her. Dottie didn't seem too mad, just a little frightened. But once everyone was there, it was a little overwhelming. So Wanda does her typical, and everyone's all like, It's like Darth Vader is just watching them in distance like, I could learn a thing or two from that chick. So, while that's happening, Vision and White Vision are having this philosophical debate where they're trying to figure out which one of them is the real Vision, or if either of them are actually the real Vision. And then he restores White Vision's memory, and I thought in that moment in time they would collide, and then one of my theories from my last video would have come true with the whole Visions merging. That wasn't the case, but that Vision just kind of yeets out. And then our Vision goes to help Wanda, and then Wanda takes apart the hex to free all the people, and then Vision starts dying, and then the boys finally get there and they start dying. The government rolls in like, we got an opening, yeah fam, we finna kill her finally, cause White Vision sucks. Cause literally it took a philosophical debate to
Look at us.
make him good, or to just stop him from killing Wanda. The government comes in and Wanda's like, I can't deal with that. Mommy's busy, can you go take care of the government? So Billy freezes their minds, well, Tommy just zooms around and takes all their guns, and then they're all like, that was sick. And then Hayward, fetching Hayward, tries to shoot them. 2 10-year-old boys. He tries to shoot them. But then Monica comes in clutch. And now that she's pure energy, the bullets go right through her and then just kind of like fizzle out. And then one stray bullet is going for Billy, but he catches it with his magic. You go, Billy! Man, so exciting. Oh, I love Billy. And then this is maybe my favorite moment in the episode. Monica and Billy look at each other and they're just like, nice. That was sick. And in my head, I'm like, bro, if the kids survive, Monica better like become their babysitter, like aunt figure. Like, it'd be a fun dynamic to think of Monica babysitting them. Oh yeah, sorry, this is random. But the Darkhold, a lot of people were theorizing that was what's in Agatha's basement when we saw the book. And they were right, surprisingly. I didn't think they would go that route. But I don't really know its comic origins. I just know it's kind of demonic. And speaking of demonic, Mephisto officially not in Wandavision at all. I was kind of right, because I said that last video. But I feel like it was pretty obvious at that point. Anyways, Mephisto, not a part of Wandavision. Also, okay, sorry, I'm diverging from my little, like, this is what happened in the episode. But also not in WandaVision. Anyone they teased. There was no Luke Skywalker moment. There was no Doctor Strange. What aerospace engineer? Was it that one lady from, like, episode 7? Or was it the scroll that we see with Monica at the end in a little bit of a waste of a post-credit scene? So, that was a red herring for sure. But the other ones, that was a little disappointing. Speaking of Doctor Strange, the only mention we get of him in the episode is when Agatha has the Darkhold and she says like, oh, the Scarlet Witch will bring about chaos. She's stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. It was clearly a nod to Wanda's role in Doctor Strange, but she's not a villain. Also, I theorized that too. I mean, kind of like Mephisto, it was getting more and more obvious. Wanda's not the villain either. A lot of people were still thinking by the end, Wanda will go crazy. No. She actually had a really nice ending. She got to say goodbye to her boys. They basically confirmed my theory where there was a part of the Mind Stone in Wanda and that part of the Mind Stone also held an aspect of Vision. So Vision's said to come back whenever too. So I feel like they wrapped up Wanda's story really nicely and she's definitely not a villain. But there was a hint to her becoming a villain because getting back to the episode review, Wanda and Agatha go to have the Super Saiyan fight. Wanda uses her thing from Age of Ultron. It was literally like shot for shot from when she did it to Tony Stark. And so we go back to Salem where the zombie witches are and we think they're going to go ham-zone Agatha, but they actually go ham-zone Wanda. And so we think the tables are turned and then Wanda for some reason starts giving her power to Agatha, which we all knew something was going to come from. So then Agatha's all like, the power! She's like that one Nazi lady from the end of Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull where she gets all the knowledge. The power! The power! But then when she goes to use the power, it doesn't work. And we're all like, Wanda wouldn't do that. She likes her magic. Nuh-uh. And then we noticed 2 runes on the sides of the hex, and they looked amazing. That was so visually stunning. Anyways, we noticed the runes, and I was just like, bro, Wanda pulled a 180, baby! I don't know how she learned to make runes, but I guess she is the Scarlet Witch. But she makes runes so that Agatha can't use her magic, and then she absorbs all the magic and goes Dark Phoenix. It looked like Dark Phoenix. She goes Dark Phoenix, Super Saiyan, and it's so funny because at the beginning she was just in like her tracksuit outfit with a messy ponytail, and I'm like, huh, this is odd. But then you can tell she gets like the dope costume, and when the Super Saiyan stuff stopped and you could see like her costume just there and her looking like a literal goddess, that was amazing. One of the best shots in the episode. And then she just acts like nothing happens, goes down, and Agatha's all there, and she's like, I guess I'm looking pretty spiffy. And she's like, hey yo, Agatha, you know what, I'm finna not kill you. It's a bit petty, but instead of killing Agatha, putting her in a prison, I guess she put her in a mental prison, but she just put Agatha in her Agnes state permanently, which is smart of her, because like Agatha points out, she's like, you don't know what you've done, all this power will corrupt you. And in my head I'm all like, Agatha, this is technically your fault. So anyways, Wanda's looking pretty stable here, so let's just go with it. Anyway, she's like, you'll need me. And Wanda's like, yeah, B-word. I can just come back and visit you anytime I want. And then she's all like, hiya, kiddo, on the bike. Then everything's just kind of wrapping up. They go back to their house, and it's somber because the hex is closing. You know what's going to happen. When she kisses her boys goodnight, my heart literally just tore out of my chest. And then her and Vision in the living room, and Vision turned on the light, and he's like, I just want to see you in the light for one more time. Oh, so sad. That scene was just beautiful. I loved it so much. Way to go, Marvel. You're knocking it out of the park. Anyways, we say goodbye to Vision. We figure out that she could kind of bring him back since she has a part of him in her. But yeah, so she just goes back to the beginning. She ditches her car. It was a nice car. I don't know why you gotta do that. And she walks into town, which was ballsy. Clearly everyone's mad at her. She just kind of ignores them, has a moment with Monica. I was kind of hoping she'd be like, hey, thanks for helping me out. Let's be best friends. But nah, instead they just kind of talk for a bit, and then she flies away. And yeah, that's it. The last shot of Wanda is her just flying away from Westview, which is awesome. It was just nice. It was a solid ending. It was sad. It didn't really set up Doctor Strange, which was a little disappointing, but it felt good for Wanda. It felt nice. She had closure. She told Monica, she's like, I'm gonna go figure out my powers. Like, it felt good for her. And the end credit scene is her in the most beautiful valley ever in this nice little cottage, just making some tea, except not really, because when we go into her bedroom, I thought, okay, that's going to be Mephisto. Look at all that demonic energy right there. But then she was like astral projecting and reading the Darkhold, and it honestly looks a little sketchy. And I think they meant for that to be a thing because the Darkhold is a book of despair. So if she's teaching herself magic from that, that's not a good basis. But anyways, she seems like she's in a good state of mind. But anyways, great episode. If I didn't have my hopes up as high as I did, I would have given it a 10 out of 10 for sure. It was amazing. And my theories for the show, not great. The visions colliding, not the case. Wanda not being a bad guy, even though that's not necessarily my theory, I felt like I came to that conclusion on my own. But I feel like I covered it all. I feel like I did good. I'd say the biggest theory I got right was the whole thing that Wanda had an aspect of the Mind Stone in her. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for enjoying this WandaVision content. I loved making this. If you guys have any other questions, let me know down below, because by the time I post this, I will probably have more answers and just more thoughts. So yeah, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. And I will see you guys in the next one. That's not WandaVision themed, oh my heart. Also, Darcy coming in clutch and hitting Hayward in the car, amazing. We love you, Darcy, you're underrated. Actually, you're not, I think everyone loves you. We love you, Darcy, way to go, Kat Dennings, amazing.